She pulled out a wild on me, switched it to green. I looked down, didn't have one. Panicked, got scared. Reached for the deck, pulled one. Draw 4. I smiled with an devilish grin. Smack! Draw 4, I said. We gon' take it to the moon, take it to the stars. All right. In case you missed it, the Inertia Yeezy 700s lifted off last weekend after getting months of IG buzz. But no matter how many Sunday service videos you watched, the results of the Inertia release landed pretty much in line with what we've seen on other Yeezy drops over the past year. Compared to the last couple 700 releases, sales of the Inertia were up, with 1,700 in StockX sales in the first 3 days, compared to 800 for the Salts and 1,200 for the Statics. But price premiums were actually down in the first 3 days on the market. The Static and Salts had average price premiums over 35%, while the Inertia averaged just 28%. Now look, the secret's out on 700s, and resellers are moving on and looking for those margins elsewhere. After all, Ye has gone on the record saying he wanted his shoes to be as ubiquitous as a Tim Apple product. But this weekend could change all that, as Yeezus is dropping 2 new 350 colorways with a select global release that suddenly doesn't include North or South America. We talking foreign shit running on diesel, dog. That's because the clay colorway, which was supposed to drop in North and South America, suddenly got pushed to March 30th. Meaning, this weekend now belongs to the True Form colorway dropping in Europe and the Hyperspace colorway dropping in Asia. And because these colors are being limited geographically, pre-release sales are going 2018 high. The European exclusive True Form is averaging sales around $420, a 90% premium, while the Asia exclusive Hyperspace is averaging sales around $500, a 130% premium. Could Yeezy have finally found their annexation of Puerto Rico play call to bring the 350 back to life? Shout out to the Little Giants at Icebox. If you do not get this reference, please don't DM me. For further evidence of a 350 renaissance, consider the Statics. Since the beginning of this year, the average resale price of the Static 350 has increased $100, gaining $25 in the last week alone. Look, I don't know much, but what I do know is these new 350s got us waking up feeling dangerous like my man Baker or OBJ on the Browns. To the streets! Shouts out to first aid kits everywhere, because Supreme Band-Aids dropped last week and are gonna have a lot of people wanting to recreate that Nelly aesthetic. These Johnson & Johnson Band-Aids only sold for $6 on Supreme's site, and compared to other accessories, were not as hard to buy. Supreme was even generous enough to allow shoppers to add at least 4 boxes to their cart. And now on StockX, people want to be Supreme down nicely, oh, in their white tee on South Beach, as we have sold over 600 boxes of Band-Aids in just 1 week. These boxes are selling at an average price of $16. Shout out to that $6 retail price and keeping your cuts covered up. Now, in other news, Kaws was back again last week with their most recent addition to the companion series, the Along the Way vinyl figures. Average price premiums are over 25% as of now, but this release brings about a larger conversation. Kaws drops used to come sparingly, but as of late, that hasn't been the case. Since November, Kaws has dropped a new figure or collaboration once a month, and this month there are 2 drops. Getting a Kaws release is looking easier than sneaking your kid into college on a fake sports scholarship. Look, we see you, Aunt Becky. Hopefully prison is a lot nicer than even Kimmy was. To the week ahead! Houston, we have a problem this week because Nike is set to release the Air Max 90 Mars landing on March 16th. So keep some sneaker space available next to the astronaut helmet and space food. And when you're done taking an L on those 2 350s, you need to shoot your shot with the Laylee Mays drop, who's back disrupting the sneaker game with another fiery colorway on the iconic Jordan 6. Now, this would be Mays' 3rd time collaborating with Jordan Brand. So you might want to get your popcorn ready and watch these sneakers fly off the shelves faster than De'Aaron Fox on a fast break. These sneakers drop on March 15th. As for streetwear, Stone Island is tapped in with Supreme to release some must-cop tactical products ranging from vests to joggers to boonie hats and more on March 14th. Keep an eye out for Supreme products to drop outside of the Stone Island collab as well. And finally, get your payday ready for Palace as they are set to release more spring inventory on Friday. Now, before we close out, we got to give some love to the Market Watch Comment of the Week winner, who is getting blessed up with $25 in StockX credit. Shouts out to you, Kenny_humble, the swag monster that took a huge bite out of my Tri-Ferg. Go use that money on a jobs worth genre of your own. That's all for this week. For more StockX market insights, like and subscribe to us here, and follow StockX on Instagram and Twitter. If you plan to cop any of this heat that we speak this weekend, let us know one in the comments below. We'll be sure to show you some love. Where do I sign up to be a deacon, a usher, an elder, an altar boy, a communion giver, a bulletin receiver, or anybody to get inside of Ye's church? We need the answers. We need the answers, Ye!